Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. I wanted to make this video because EA, we need to understand what happened. Most of the community has been complaining about the gameplay in the last 48 hours. Like, I noticed it especially Wednesday after EA did the Scream upgrades. And we haven't had that many rant videos. Like, you guys know, I know you guys cooked me and you guys weren't happy with how I felt about the patch, but I absolutely hated it. Like, I hated it. I think they should have reverted it. Everybody played Foot Champs and realized it turned into Park the Bus Simulator. And when the gameplay is slow, you cannot have attacking, fun skill gap, right? So I felt like EA really slowed it down. Well, EA this year has been doing live tunings pretty much about every single day on this game. So I don't know if they did something on Wednesday, but what I do know is that Wednesday, I was playing Foot Draft in the morning. Gameplay was fluid, responsive. Now, look, if you're on console this year, it's pretty cooked anyways, right? It's really hard to play this game on console. But PC, for the most part, the experience has been quick and fast and fluid, and I've been having a good time, except that one day with the patch, maybe like one other day this year. So when I got on Wednesday morning, I'm having fun. I'm playing the draft. Had to go to the doctor. Okay, come back later on, okay? And we've got this video going up, which you guys don't see this many of these videos anymore because, to be honest, this game has a massive skill gap. Whether you want to admit that or not, I just feel like this game rewards attacking gameplay. But we post this video because I played 6 games in a row on Wednesday night, and I don't know what's happening. I don't even know what's happening. My players can't turn. Every single game is 0-0 at half. And all the Park the Bus rats that I could do quick, crisp passing around, R1 dribbling, I go from averaging 7 goals a game to having that annoying anxiety playing this game because my players are taking emphasis touches. My players can't get the ball again. Everything feels slow and assisted. So I said, what's going on? So then, yesterday on stream, if you watched, we were crashing out. We were crashing out. We were losing our mind because the gameplay was the same as Wednesday. So I said, wait a second. So it's not just time of the day. Something is going on in the game. So then I wake up today and EA has done a maintenance for 7 hours on Friday. 7 hours, guys. When is the last time you've seen EA do a 7-hour maintenance, right? And I'm going to show you this. I just played the game. I played 8 games of Foot Draft, the same gameplay I was playing before to keep consistency and understanding what's going on. And the gameplay was back. It was normal again. It was fast. It was crisp. I got 8 rage quits and I was back. I lost 3 games in Foot Draft all year. I lost 5 out of 8 games in a row because I couldn't control anything. Nothing was working. Everything was a coin flip again instead of having the skill gap. And why am I making this video? Because EA, I want you guys to explain to us what happened at 1 p.m. on Wednesday. Was it the Scream upgrades and you did something? Did you do some sort of live tuning and thought people wouldn't notice? And we noticed. You know, that's the scary part about the way EA is doing patches now. They can just do these live tunings and we don't really know what they're changing or not changing. And maybe some of these times they're not going to explain to us what they're doing. Now, what you'll notice in this video, by the way, I read through these comments. So many people agree. Look at this. The gameplay will never change. It looks sick in the beginning, then gets heavy. Thought it was just me, but it's become even worse on console. This is 90% of console gameplay. Bro, I swear I was going crazy and I lost every game. I couldn't create decent play. No attacking movement. Defense feels like bricks. Opponent does 1 through ball. No tracking back. Dude, everyone in the comments was saying what is going on since Wednesday. And you'll see in this gameplay, like, look at these touches from Hullet, right? Hullet, like, look at that emphasis on the pass. And, like, all this just, like, horrible, like, lunge spam tackle. You'll notice, like, the overall just gameplay looks horrible. I mean, this game was, like, heading to halftime at 0-0. And look at that. Like, just random stuff happening. You see how I played the ball earlier with the input and it just doesn't even go, and then there's all that stuff happening. Like, this was happening for full 48 hours, and EA needs to explain, like, what is going on when this is happening. Like, instead of the tackle right there just going boom, winning the tackle and going, it's emphasized, right? Everything is emphasized. And then I just resorted to having to play, like, over-the-top through balls because nothing was working. Nothing was working, you know? And this guy, I've played him before. You know, we've had, like, really close games before. This was turning into, like, FC, like, in terms of, like, 5-4 and 7-3 and stuff like that. This was turning into, like, I have Futre, I have Hullet, and I can't even control any of these players. Dude, it was an absolute nightmare, and you'll be able to see off the kickoff, you can see the emphasis. You see that pass from Yildiz, how he emphasizes it? That's not server related. That is something in the game with bad gameplay. So there, even that Dino right there, that doesn't look crisp. You see how Hullet's tackle does not look good. This is what Inception talks about all the time with this game, that this does still exist. It's rare you get it on PC, but it lasted for a full 48 hours. And like, you just see those quick little touches from Futre. They look horrible. They look horrible. Those little touches from Paulo Futre, who's a 2 million coin card on the market. I was doing these drafts, and you're getting those left stick touches. Look at the R1. Looks horrible. Horrible. So the only way I could get responsiveness was like a skill cancel, which is kind of the patch they did 2 weeks ago. I had been having fun. I felt like the game was normal again for 2 weeks. And then something with the Scream upgrades Wednesday. The game turned back into beach volleyball, slide tackle, jam simulator. You know, I don't really know like what's happening. Even that Hullet shot right there, you can see the attacking mechanics are taking way longer than they should. He should have just shot it. It took him forever to do anything. So I made this video because, like, genuinely, I was just, like, losing my mind with what's going on in this game. Let me see this goal. It was so emphasized. And the biggest thing is that I've noticed is that when the gameplay is... When you have these bad gameplay moments, look at how slow the pass is, man. You can see it. When you have these moments, it's so hard to defend and player switch. AI defending becomes way more... Look at that. Guys, right there is the touch you need to see. Look at this. Paulo Futre, instead of it being crisp, look at how he emphasizes the pass, right? That's not the servers. That's actually the game's coding, which I don't know how that even happens still in 2025. They haven't fixed it, but it's an absolute mess. You've got times where I'm losing my mind now because we're getting back to this randomness of FC25, where look at this. You see how it just passes through my defender? Like, stuff like that is going on in the last 48 hours. And it's like, look at my Hakimi. Do you see how he looks like he's in mud? Like, look at his tracking back. He can't even move. He can't even move. Look how slow he is there. And so that's what we were dealing with. And I'm not saying my opponent wasn't dealing with it, but the gameplay, it was so not fun to play again for 2 days. So that was to Cantona. So guys, whatever EA did, I was crashing out. We had a crash out video. You guys saw it. And then it's just all of that, man. Look how bad and slow the gameplay looks again, right? And, you know, I don't know EA. So what they did was they posted this thing about maintenance, okay? And now what I'm going to pull up to you guys is I'm going to show you guys the difference, right? You're going to see how crisp. Look at how crisp this gameplay looks relative. Now, this was this morning after the maintenance. And what you'll notice, you see that touch from Kaká? Look at how quick that touch was from Kaká. That is the difference. You see that versus Futre, and you can see the emphasis is not there anymore, right? Look, touch, push, boom. You see how the pass isn't emphasized? And look at the TikTok starts now. The Tech Plus actually works. Look at this, man. Now, I lose the ball because I made a bad decision. That gameplay was nowhere to be found because when you have the emphasized gameplay, even right there, that tackle, you won't just win the ball there, right? It will be fully emphasized with Marquinhos, and then you'll be playing catch-up with your commands. Now, this is an experience a lot of the time on console, but I can't even imagine what the console was doing when the game was doing this the other 2 days. It must have been hell. Like, what was even working? And you can see there, look at how crisp they are. Pele, one-touch push, boom, low-driven comes off. There's no waiting on it, right? There's no waiting on it. So that ends up being a rage quit. Now, you'll see on this kickoff, right? Boom. Look, see how it's not emphasized? You see how the pass gets pushed? You can tell right off kickoff what gameplay you're going to get. I mean, I had Di Natale in the stream yesterday, and he felt like the worst player I'd ever used in my entire life. He was so bad. So bad. Now, let's look at the attack. Let's see how we attack here, right? So, Schneider, obviously super responsive. I don't have to play that catch-up. My dribbling is just working again. Pele with the touch inside. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Now, the pass was a little emphasized, but, man, the gameplay was a whole hell lot better. Let's see my second goal. I want to see my second goal here. Schneider. Sorry, Iniesta. Pele. Scoop turn. No emphasis. No waiting for the shot. No defender catch-up waiting for me to shoot because of bad gameplay. So, we go back on today after the 7-hour maintenance, and everything is working again. So EA, can you explain to us, can you make a statement? Can you help us understand what happens when that happens? Because, guys, when the gameplay was like that in the last 48 hours, I can't play. I can't even play. I mean, I lost 5 out of 8 games. And I know you guys are the result Randys are going to be in the comments saying, oh, well, you know, you just lost some games. No, bro, it's like this game for me, when the gameplay is fluid like this, I have fun playing this game, bro. I really do. So when I was playing this morning and I was playing these drafts, I had a lot of fun because the attacking style was back. I was getting rage quits. Now, obviously, those goals are going to be FIFA goals always. The attacking style was back. The fun of the responsiveness of my players to be able to pass and move and TikTok was definitely back again. So I'm just asking EA, like, what happened, man? Like, what was going on, right? And that was just good defending. Like, I'm not getting mad here. Obviously, the first goal he scored was a bit of BS, but look at how responsive the switching is. That was something I noticed yesterday when the gameplay went south. Why was my switching not working again? So the switching starts working like every single time here, as you guys will see, right? And I think he actually scores a good goal here. You guys will get to see this because this is going up on the second channel. I think he actually scored a really good goal here, right? Look how crisp his passing is, right? Yesterday, that did not exist. He could not break me down like that, even my opponents, because everybody's playing like crazy catch-up, right? Now, let's look at this, right? So, Hansen, responsiveness. Obviously, you guys will meme me for all the wiggling, right? But this type of dribbling was not even possible yesterday. Look at the crisp touch from Puteas. He makes a good defensive play, right? Smiles on my face, bro, because the game is the game. If I lose, if I concede, it's because of me again, right? That's the thing I like about FC26. A lot of these goals I'm conceding, it's my fault, right? Good tackle, he wins it. Let's see what he does with it, right? He plays out. Dembele, we're going to track it, right? And right here, there's no BS with the, I'm holding L2, I shield it, I win the ball, right? And I get the ball. Okay, Puteas, Schneider now. No emphasis. Look at that touch from Kaká. You see how clean it was and crisp? And look at my players making runs. The attacking AI yesterday completely died. The attacking AI was dead yesterday. It didn't even work, I'm telling you. Okay, so I don't even know. Did we get a quick goal here? We must have got a quick goal here. Let's see this. So EA, you guys have to figure out what makes the game do that when it does it. Because the fact that you do some 7-hour maintenance and I go back on and I'm playing TikTok football again like I have been most of this month, right? None of this style I could do for 48 hours. I couldn't play this way. So I'm making this video today because EA, I'm happy that it's back. What happened? What was going on with this game for the last two days? Crazy. Get it together.